That's better. Testing. There we go. Now you have audio. Hey, Kimo. We'll look at the crane in a minute. Hey, Sassy. Welcome. Oh, why is the camera slanted again? Ah, every time. Why does this never work? There we go. And slanted again. Damn it. Just try to fix it like this. There we go. That's better. Hey, Shu. Oh, there we go. Okay. Still not fully happy with this setup. Let's maybe put you on higher. I can slide you up. Moin, Horstbrot. Let's try it like this, and then we can move you. Every time I'm here, I'm thinking, oh, I need to order another mount. And every time I get home, I don't think about it anymore. Oh, shit. That's not what we want. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. That's better. Can we rotate now? Yeah, we can. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I think we are all set up. I'm still not happy with the color the camera is producing. I don't know why. Why is it a gray camera? All right. Welcome in, everyone. Well, it's a very windy Sunday, actually. There's a lot of wind at the river. We got the cormorant coming out. She's on the move. Again, my camera. I keep struggling with like leveling the camera lately. One direction is straight, the other one is slanted again. Okay. Hey, condos here for big ships. They're coming. It might be a while. There should be 2 400-meter ships leaving Antwerp this afternoon. So I hope to catch both of them. But of course, that's always pending schedule changes and stuff like that. You know how it goes. We also missed the Begonia Seaways coming in. She was already getting into the lock while I arrived here. But there she is. And the lock door is closing as we speak. Hey, Rogue. I wonder if another tripod would be better against the wind. Because I was looking at my VOD from, what was that, Friday? Yeah, Friday. No, Thursday. And I noticed that the camera, the image is very shaky, too shaky for my liking. And even now I noticed that it's a bit shaky because of the wind banging into the camera. So I wonder if a more heavy-duty tripod would help for that. Anyway. Hey, Jandre. Good afternoon. Hey, QV. Welcome in, everyone. I'm a bit slow still. I'm drinking a coffee, actually. So far for my no caffeine. Yeah, it's very shaky. I don't like it. It's this shaky. And the whole shakiness is literally just the wind hitting it. It's crazy. Why are you so shaky? I wonder if I move the camera back a tiny bit more out of the wind. Maybe that will help. No, it didn't do shit. It's nervous, 86. Oh god. Yeah, I'm annoyed now by the shakiness of the camera, and I'm not sure how to. No, I try to reduce caffeine, but 1 coffee a day is like the absolute max I allow myself. But I don't drink caffeine every day. So I think I found a better balance between caffeine and no caffeine. I'm not. Now I cannot unsee how shaky the camera is. I wonder what I can do for that. Let me check something. Yeah, I'm not seeing chat for a minute. Stabilization is on, right? Hang on. Gonna have to check a setting in a minute. Hey G. Hey Big Barry. Hang on. I'm gonna check a setting on the camera. I want to make sure that the stabilization is on. I think it is, but here it is. It's now on standard. Let's try to put it on active just for science. See if that helps. Menu. Ooh, I think that might have helped a little bit. Let's see. Nah, it's still shaky as hell. Yeah, it's the wind hitting the camera. So apparently there's not much you can do about that. That's annoying. I have to build a massive windscreen now. Alright, so we're currently gonna watch the cormorant come out of the locks. She's on the move. Assuming she'll go probably to Antwerp for a job. Hey Kirby, good to see you. Oh, coffee. Oh, I see what you're doing, Barry. You're waving at people. It's a good one. I like it. Yeah, maybe with the active stabilization it's a tiny bit better. Still shaky though. But yeah, lots of wind. Apparently starting tomorrow the wind should improve. So less wind, more southern winds, a lot warmer. They're talking 32 degrees now by the end of next week, so I'm excited for that. Hey Hans, how do you make a camera more stable? You must know. The wind is banging my camera and tripod and it makes the video a bit shaky. I was looking into solutions, but AI said no. Ooh, hang on. Let's catch this ship going by first. It's the MSC Netherlands 3. I think that's one of the MSC ships we haven't caught on stream yet. MSC Netherlands in Dutch 3. Moin Ria, hey Monkey Bananas, good to see everyone. Oh, I'll go backwards. Hey Dutchie. Hang a weight, yeah, that's one of the sandbags. But will that help for like wind banging into the camera as well? Because I could in theory just hang my backpack off it now. Maybe I should try it. Well, we got 6 but not 7, not 6 but 7. Do I see the rust? A little bit. Oh, I see what you mean, Carver. Hey Rishi Dave. All the shakes end up in your camera. Makes sense. So maybe I should really look into getting a weight to hang on it for windy days. I'm gonna try it in a minute here. Once this one has gone past, I'll look into getting more weight on the tripod. Yeah, mine can definitely accommodate a weight. I did lube my ball head on the tripod, which is a lot nicer for leveling it. On this hard shit though, yeah. It is. And it's especially noticeable, the wind, when you zoom a lot, right? The more you zoom, the worse the wind gets, or the shaking of it. Were you here on Thursday, Rishi Dave? Then no, this is our regular spot. No, I think if I bumped my head into the trunk. If you would suspend it in air, I think it would vibrate even more, the camera. It would just wobble, basically. But yeah, I do want to try the weight method. So let's see here. Okay, now that this one has gone past. Oh, I do want to see the cormorant first. Hang on. Sorry, many things at the same time again. See, this is what I hate about this ball head. Why is it So it's level if I look one way. If I spin 180, it's not level anymore. Why is that? Okay, now we're level here. And I'm sure once we go out towards the river, it will not be about level anymore. Okay, let me try this, see if this works. So if I just close you. Is there a hook? No, but I can hook something around the centerpiece. I just wonder if I have it on me. I have like I don't even know what the name is in English. A musketon. Maybe I don't have it today. That's unfortunate. I'll write it down for the next one. Could try to put the backpack in the tripod though. Let's try it just for science. For science, let's try this. So if I put you in here, go through here. Oh no, sorry. Bear with me as a... You guys should see me struggle. No, that's not gonna fit, I think. Dang it. Maybe this way? Let's try one more time. Sorry chat, I'll be back with you in a minute. We're trying to stabilize the video feed by putting weight on the tripod. Okay, let's see if this works or not. This looks so messed up. Okay, we'll see if this helped or not. What didn't help is the leveling again. Okay, that looks nice. Alright, Gex Moin, Chris, hello. Is it thou silence the... yeah, the flame is still active, but it's a tiny one that's left, so they're done starting up their chemical process, I guess. Hey, mega ships. Moin, Ulrich, welcome. It's like the cormorant is going wide. It's also silly weather today. When the sun is out, I need to take my jacket off. When the sun is gone, I need to put my jacket back on. Weather, decide, please. It does seem to have helped a little bit, putting the backpack in the tripod. Oh, hang on. I need to put the mic on the vest now. There we go. Yeah, I would argue it's a good difference, actually. Nice. Thanks for the suggestion, Hans. I got a ship coming in here. Hang on, let's film that as well. Oh, why is my feet? What is wrong with this tripod? God. I wonder if there's more efficient or better ways to like level your tripod than a ball head. It's still tilted. It's also like the level indicator on the tripod is not leveling. That makes sense. The more weight, the better. I'll go sit on it. And it will probably break. All right. So this is a Catalina. Came from an anchorage point in front of the coastline. I should really get my vessel finder premium back or another, maybe marine traffic. Would be nice to know where she came from, although she is empty right now. Are they that much better, Hans? Are they? Is it really worth like the price difference? I was always wondering. If I see them, I'm like, they don't look that different from my small rig tripod. My coffee. Come here, coffee. Pretty cool to see the crane behind the ship. They're a standard for a reason. That makes sense. It's always like the products that are standard for a reason. Yeah. But I feel like for this setup, there's not much that I would tweak. I would love a Live View Solo Pro at some point, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Maybe a better mic, wireless mic, I would still like. And then the tripod I would love to tweak. Oh, I did see at TwitchCon a very good monitor as well. Okay, maybe I want a lot of stuff still. Still gotta ask about that. I can't believe how much difference the backpack makes. I'm impressed actually. Maybe I should just get some sandbags and we should be good. So this is the Cormorant, built in 1973. It's an old crane ship. We usually see it parked on the other side of the locks because that's its home spot, I guess. But now she's going to Antwerp, probably to do a job there. No competition, nah. It's often an issue. Big companies merging. I have to say, I was here yesterday as well with the family. Well, at Terneuzen, the city we're looking at. The weather was a lot warmer than today. Look at that crane, look at that structure. Hey Trackley, amazing relaxing. Thank you, welcome. That's what we do here. We relax, enjoy the water, enjoy the ships. That's pretty much it. No drama farming here, or clip farming. And we should have some really cool ships today. So I said it before, there's 2 400-meter ships scheduled to depart Antwerp today. Might be a few hours before we see them, but they should be underway. I'll check in a minute actually. The first one should have departed around 12, or maybe it was 12:30. I have to check. Hey Toast, all we farm is beautiful pictures for the Discord. True. Dude, I love the new Sky Cards update, Toast. It got me playing again, because I hadn't played in really weeks, I think. Hey Chixie. Similar weather in the UK, yeah. But as I said, next week the weather should improve. If the weather is good, we should be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. So that would be 5 streams in a row, including today. Wow. Got a big crane structure drift sideways. That's cool. Cool. Their price, yeah, maybe I can get like a refurbished or a second-hand one. We'll have to see. I'll look into that. I think my main issue with this tripod is like the leveling. I just with like the ball head, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't seem to get the grip of it. Look at that dark, ominous cloud above it as well. There's drama here all the time. It's not the drama that will go viral on the internet, though. I'm actually impressed how much difference the backpack in the tripod makes. Still a little bit shaky, but it's really not that much. Those cruise cells, maybe. Maybe. I do wonder. I'll check it in a little bit. Yeah, let me check radar now. Vessel finder. Okay, so the one ship does have 2 tugboats attached to it, the first 400-meter ship. So I assume she's gonna depart in a little bit. The second one was only scheduled to depart at 1:30, so it's gonna be a long time by the time she gets here, but we'll see. I got no plans today, so I might be here for a while. The Donma is on the way out as well. Let's see. I know there were some ships in between. So, see a chemical tanker coming from Antwerp. Another chemical tanker. Oh yeah, Domna X is also on the way. Oh yeah, there's some stuff to look at. Hey Ro, oh YouTube should, oh okay. I was already stressed. Yeah, YouTube is live, Ro. No. We should be live on all 3 streaming platforms, YouTube, Twitch and Kick. Well, the 3 that I use at least. Again, I feel like the color filter is now not good. I really want to find some good LUTs for my own camera. Hey K2, good afternoon. To check all the cloud. Yeah, I did it a while ago. I should do it maybe again, because indeed some of the hinges, the screws there were already loosening up a bit. This is the Golden Oak going to Portland in the UK. This is a tanker. And she appears to be pretty well loaded up actually. So behind the tanker in the distance on the horizon you can see a 366 meter ship, the MSC Linia I think it was, that came in way before we were here. It's an endless race. I did realize that it's like there's an infinite race into getting more quality on your on your video and stuff. Yeah, you can keep investing and keep improving all the way until you have basically bought a house of equipment for price. You can also see a Mars ship that came by before I was here. See it in the distance there. Probably a rusty one. Hey. Sorry. Golden Oak. You can also see when she's this deep in the water, she's very fluid dynamic. Not a lot of waves on her bow. Oh yeah, it's Father's Day in Belgium. It's true. The kids already gave their stuff on Friday that they made in school. They couldn't wait. It's every year like that. Or it's also Mother's Day. They come home on Friday from school, they want to give it instantly. They're like, I ain't waiting for the correct day. Hey Stutler, good afternoon. Alliance. I'm gonna keep leveling stuff until it's leveled to my liking. Sorry. Okay. Hey Case, good afternoon. Welcome. Yeah, now it's not level, is it? Oh, god damn it. Let's try it like this. Yeah, now it's level. There's some very dark clouds above it as well. Look at that. That's a cool shot. Pretty ominous. I'm gonna try to tweak some more stuff because I'm never happy with how everything is aligned. Okay, like this, and then you back up there. It does not actually, Hans. The Canon had it that I used before, but the FX30, which is crazy because it's like cinema line camera, but it doesn't have an electronic level. Oh wait, a line you mean? Oh, it does have the line, I think. Hang on, how do I get it on again? I don't know. Oh wait, I think this is it. Nope. Yeah, I don't know where it is in the settings. I'm not gonna bother now. Hey, Seahorse. But I do have grid lines on my, on both the camera and the monitor. I have grid lines, so I base myself off the grid lines. The lens is a 18mm to 300mm zoom lens, ultra science, which basically gives us a range from this, when the ship is really close, all the way straight into their cabin. So this is the optical zoom, and then we also have some digital zoom we can add to it, and that's basically the max range that we have. Fun little boat actually, this one. But it does give us the option to like go very far on the horizon, like that ship that's over there, the MSC Netherlands 3 that we saw earlier. So you can go all the way there. Of course it gets a bit more shaky and blurry, but I do like the range of this camera. Ooh, we got an Echo ship coming. That's fun. We'll see that one in a minute then. Yeah, you got spy mode. I know. Oh, that's a big crab he's catching. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's destroying it. Nature. Today we are observing Stephen the seagull devouring a crab. Jesus. Alright Hans, thanks for stopping by, dude. Now it's a nature documentary. Dude, he's gonna eat this thing whole, by the way. Except for, I think, the claws, they eat everything from this. It's actually crazy. I think it's dead. This is like one of their favorite spots to fish along this little pier area. I think this is, what is it, like the third or fourth time that we see it eat a crab? It's not the first time that we catch this. This is the biggest one I've seen so far. That's a massive crab. Steven has food for the whole day now, I think. Num 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 num. Well, there's no boats currently, by the way, so you're not missing much. We'll go back once there is a ship. Is there a high point, any high point near sea? You mean like a cliff or something? You mean with a high point? Like everything is flat as a pancake here, so there's no really high points. A tower? No, not really. There's some lighthouses, but they're not accessible. Hey Paul, good afternoon. All right, I think he's done eating it. Oh, he's eating it, but there is a little coaster coming, so we can check that out. Go. The Ayr. Okay, from T-Spore in the UK, sitting under the Portuguese flag. She's 88 meters long, 12 meters wide. How far can I zoom? We were just doing the test for. So basically, one more time, my range for zooming. This is all the way zoomed out. We can go all the way like this with the optical zoom, and then we'll zoom in on the one behind it. That is digital zoom. So this is our range. Four minutes after the client, there's no drama farming on my stream. A seagull murders a crab. It's nature. What do you want me to do? Yeah, Asman. This, he was also there last time. If you walk on the pier, you see many carcasses of dead crabs. That's true, actually. I've streamed from that little pier before as well, on the outer edge there, where those little poles are. That pier is a little bit like crab carcasses. So a lot of crab is being consumed here. Hey Kryogi, good to see you. Hey Big, you're here for the big ships. You're still on time. The first one should hopefully have departed Antwerp by now. Let's see. Yeah, she's moving. The Manila Express. This is the first 300-meter ship. There is a second one, which is scheduled to depart in an hour and a half, but it has a long ways to go to come here. So we'll see if I'm still here by the time that one gets here. But we'll see. Crab or crap? Crabs. Also, a lot of ships docked on the other side of the river. We'll check them out in a little bit if we have a bit of time. If we're not too busy filming seagulls eating crabs. I have to switch here. Beep, beep, beep. Ah, I'm out of coffee. That's unfortunate. As you can see in the background there that there's quite a few ships there. Looks like a tanker. I think in a smaller tanker. As we follow this Vertum ship. We'll see, I think a bulker maybe? Toastmaster is counting the windmills in the back. And then if you pan even more further, we'll see a Ro-Ro ship. There she is in the background of the Ro-Ro ship. And then I think finally parked over there is a dredge. The last one that came into frame. Is Ayr going to Ghent? Is she gonna steer it? Looks like it. Yeah, Terneuzen. So she's gonna just go past the locks here. Yep, I've also seen that happen at mega ships. Indeed, they do. Oh, there's a slight rain drizzle. Oh, not again. I am Iceman. I'm from Belgium, but the border to Belgium is just 15 minutes behind me to the south. So I just drive here from Belgium. I live by the border, so. Woo, windy. I'm happy with the backpack though, helps a lot. Yeah, they're non-existent QV. There's no, that's the cool part about the Schengen zone, right? We're different countries, but I would almost compare it to like, it's just a different state like you have in the US. You can just freely travel between all the Schengen countries. There's no border checks or anything. There's no checkpoint, nothing. The place where I cross the border is just between a few farmlands, so. Does that, yeah, so the flag in the front is called the flag of courtesy. So they will always hoist the flag of the country they're in the front. And then the back flag is the registration country, the flag of convenience, also called sometimes. So that is a Portuguese flag. So it is a Portuguese registered ship. Correct. And then there's more flags that they can hoist up on top. There's a red one that will indicate that there's a dangerous cargo on board, I believe. Makondas will shout at me if I stated it wrongly. But he told me that. So flags are still very much used on ships. Makes you wonder how many flags they have on board for all the different countries they have to go to. Like a flag room. If I'm on board, hoist the red flag. Yeah, we have a slight drizzle now, but it's nothing to worry about, I think. Okay, it's really close. It is really close. There's like, I don't know, 20 meters between her and the side of the water. Let's check. Is this gonna rain? Nah, it's just gonna be a little drizzle. Should be fine. I do really have to work on getting that thing back on. Yeah, there's actually boating on the lawn. The anchorage is used for fuel bunkering. Anchorage? Is that? Oh, you mean the other side? Yeah, I know. Okay, so it's a very popular spot for bunkering. Actually, there's almost always ships there. Because you're wondering what bunkering is, it's fueling up the ship. It's called bunkering in the maritime world. So basically a smaller ship will come alongside. We should, well, while I talk about it, I should show you guys. Maybe there are a few bunkering right now. So let's see, is there anyone? Yeah, that one is being bunkered right now. So basically the ship will come alongside and it will attach its pipes to the fuel system of the ship. You can even see the big arm extending. I think that's where it's fueling up. And it will fuel up the ship. And apparently Dutch heavy fuel prices are low. So apparently that's one of the reasons why a lot of ships stop here to fuel. Because I've seen ships that came in to the anchorage there, where that one is stationed, and then just head off again. It doesn't even have to be here on the river. It just came in for fueling because it's cheaper. This is the Turquoise, or that's the bunkering ship probably, the tanker. And it's a bulker, I saw correctly. Also looks like they're building some structure in the back there. Look at those black pillars rising. Is that Hirema as well? Yeah, that's the Hirema wharf. I'm definitely building something there. All right, zoom out because everything is shaky from this thing. this distance. With coal, yeah, it also seems very inefficient to use coal for your shit because it weighs so much, right? All right, let's see, what do we have? So we got 2 ships waiting to enter to the lock here. Our next big ship will be the MSC container ship. She is on her approach from Antwerp. There she is. So we'll see that one in a little bit. Look at a little sailboat in front. Didn't even see it with my naked eye. The carrier doesn't have a photo yet. Yeah, but it's a bit far to make a good photo. Also, I didn't bring my camera again. I keep forgetting. So Steven's here now with his belly full. See how close we can get to him. Rain, please, not again. Oh. For those of you who saw the stream on Thursday, it was rain for 3 hours long. It was horrible. Is it really gonna rain? I see blue sky. Why is it raining on me? Oh God, let me move the camera a tiny bit. Okay. Now we lost Steven. Damn it, where is he? There he is. Ow. We're using a Sony FX30. Exclamation mark cam, Iceman. I think all the details are in there. And then I think our first ship here, it's a bit of a gap in traffic right now. Will be right here, a honk. Let's see. I think it will be, no, not that one. Oh, she's already closer. She's there. She's behind the pier. That will be the first one that we see in a minute. Let's wait here for a second. Okay, I think the rain has stopped now, so that's nice. Can move the camera back. There we go. Okay. Lockdown. Thank you for the tier 1. 13 months already. Jeez. I zoomed so close you can see the urge to murder in his eyes. Really? Is that so? Oh no, he's on to us. Oh no, he's just moved away. Okay. I do get a burnt smell all of a sudden. It's probably the chem plants that I'm smelling. I was thinking, look, that was 6 years ago. It's funny how these two are just drifting around here now, waiting for one of the locks to open. Sorry, drying off the camera a bit. Why does it always rain on me? Hopefully no rain next week for a whole week. Would be nice. In case you're new to a lock system, you can see both locks have 2 bridges, and there will always be one bridge that is lowered so traffic can always pass. It's very interesting. Whenever I go through this lock complex with my car, there's always 1 or 2 cars, usually with a foreign license plate, that are just waiting in front of a bridge. Keep in mind, a bridge can be open for like an hour. So they don't realize that there's a second bridge like 100 meters to the left or 300 meters to the left that they can go over, which is always funny to me. Because there's big dynamic arrows everywhere that tell you like, go this way, but for some it does not register. I'm pretty sure both the Eyre and I forgot the name of the red ship, will go into the left lock in a minute. I'm gonna eat a bit of apple. I'm gonna move the mic a bit further away so you don't hear me munch. Okay. you still hear me? Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, look at the Madeira making a maneuver. Getting in position. What do you mean, Toast? What do you mean? Yeah, Echo is about to arrive. The Echo Pampero. Built this year. Ooh, it's a brand spanking new one. They're still building new ones of these. This is a newer generation feeder ship. It will basically feed containers from smaller ports in and around Europe to the bigger ports, where they will then be put on the ships for longer distances, the big ships. And this is one that is LNG powered as well, so it's a less exhausty ship. And of course it's still a fossil fuel. I do like the livery on these, the color scheme, looks really cool. I wonder how many of these that we have seen already. I think we've seen quite a few of these Echo ships. This. Yeah, this is the first. Yeah, it's a brand new ship. I would be surprised if we saw it before. I think the Echo Maestro is another one that we have from this family of ships. Also very fluid dynamic. Look at, he barely creates any waves or anything. She's slicing through the water. Sorry about the poor mic quality, still eating apple. There's the Zephyr, Umande, Universe, Wizard, Ostro, Titan. Have you seen all of these? Wow. Yeah, great colors, right? I like the livery on this one. very pointy bow as well. Oh, the sun is about to hit her. Beautiful. How that water slices past the bow of the ship. Really cool. She's in a hurry. How many knots does she have on the overlay? It's 18, almost 18 knots. She is flying. My goodness. She does have a tailwind, but holy, that is fast. Such a good looking ship. I like these. I wonder why the conversions are broken. Anyway, all the commands are in a transfer phase, an in-between phase on most commands. She's very quiet as well, actually. Is there a speed limit? I think there is. I'm not sure. So all of these ships are accompanied by a pilot, if you're new to this. So that's basically a local that goes on board at the entrance of the river. Once they're on the ship, they get the same rank as captain, and they will guide the ship safely into port. So they know all the rules and things they have to look at. The eco-commissar is currently in the Zandvliet lock. Okay. It's lunchtime. It's funny, the pilots do get food usually on the ships. I follow a few on Twitter, and often they post like their meals. I thought that's even a Facebook group where pilots will post the meals they get on the ships. Their food looks good actually, usually. An airline pilot. He just flies the ship. Well, this could have been an airline pilot. He's flying. The ship warm up the ocean. How do they do that? You know, we got an inland ship coming in as well. There you go. The engine generates so much heat. I don't think that will heat up the ocean, my dude. I think if there's anything that warms up the ocean, it will be the sun. Because you are aware that heat rises, right? Heat always goes up, not down. That's how hot air balloons work. The Centurion is the inland ship we're looking at right now. towards us, this one. Is that like a pleasure craft? Oh, it's a Jacob van Artevelde, I know. It's one of those group boats. Look at the side. Yeah, this one the one that we were looking at generated more wake than the big one. But these inland ships are not as like fluid dynamic as the big ones. Hey, Luscator. So if I'm not mistaken, you can rent this boat out for your event or whatever you want to do. And we'll probably also go into the locks here in a minute. Its parking spot is on the other side of the locks. No ID K2. I know I have it and I'm not able to turn it off. That's all I know about the commercial thing. Looks like a tour boat. Yeah, you can use it for like tours, but also for like your business event or stuff. It's a thing that you can rent. Is there people on deck? I think there's people at the back there. Let's see. Ah, it's probably just crew. Yeah, there's a few people on there. Might be something going on. End of events. How old is she, by the way? Oh, she doesn't have a date. That's interesting. Let me check if I can see. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. I'm bad at multitasking. Okay, the first 400 meter ship is underway, by the way. I see it going towards us. Yeah, she has no year that she was built on the vessel finder. Interesting. Built, yes. Yeah, Krogi. 400 meters. We have two 400 meter ships today. 400 meter in length. Those are the ultra ULCS, is what they call them. Ultra large container ships. It's also as big as they get. So we got two of them. Also saw that there's a brand spanking new 400 meter ship making its way to Europe right now. And it should come to Antwerp somewhere in July. So that's going to be exciting to see a brand spanking new ship on its maiden voyage. So they're gonna go further on their tour. I should back up a bit. Nah, I should be fine. I got our first bigger container ship of the day in the distance there, coming towards us as well. Let me grab some water. Surprise cookies, they're the best. I went on a trip with the kid yesterday, and the missus always brings like a little backpack with snacks and stuff. But she left the backpack in the car overnight, so it's still here. So now I have these delicious orange cookies. Like chocolate cookie, and there's orange on the inside. Orange. Num num num. Jaffa cakes, yeah, sorry. That's the official name, right? While we wait, we can check how all these ships are gonna maneuver into the lock. You just ate one? Nice. No, we also call it Jaffa cakes. Well, the Aldi brand is called Jaffa cakes. There's also like a more official, I think, the Nona brand, which is called Pim cakes. Yeah, we have both. Pim is just a more expensive version. Lu, yeah, that's the one I meant. Lu, big cookie company. Oh, even when it's a knockoff. I feel like in Belgium, Jaffa cakes has been adopted more now at this point. If I'd had to guess, I think all three ships are gonna go in together. It's like Walkman, yeah. Good one. Almost like a truck. It is a choke point, basically. Every ship has to go through the locks. Oh, I just forgot I'm not wearing the mic. Hang on. There we go. That's better. You dip them in milk. I've never tried that before. It sounds like a very UK-ish thing to do, dip it in milk. So the lock these ships are going into is a newer lock. It opened like 2 years ago now. The official opening was in October. And it's one of the bigger ones in Europe. It's not the biggest, but it's one of the bigger ones in Europe. It's pretty long. When you like walk or drive past it, it's long and wide. So they should, for the future, make sure that bigger ships can go all the way to Ghent. There's just one problem: the canal behind the locks leading up to Ghent, the port of Ghent, is not deep enough. And they cannot make it deeper because at a certain point there's a highway tunnel underneath, and that tunnel is just not deep enough. So they would have to redo that whole tunnel, and it is an active highway, so I'm curious for the next 2 decades if they're going to do something about that. Because that sounds like a very expensive project. Got another boat ramp. We'll just make the canal higher. This is a steady. Say they have their folding bikes, or is that just a regular bike on the front? So going in very slowly. It's a pedalo. They're going very slow because they don't, yeah, they probably cannot fit in the lock anymore with the other ships, so they might have to wait for the next cycle. They have to go into the lock. Looks like a good-looking ship, though. Yeah, exactly, Cryobian. So now that the new lock is active, in theory, the port of Ghent is ready for bigger ships. The only bottleneck is that tunnel. But when we elected the new government, I think, what was that, 2 years ago now? And they formed the government, nothing for the tunnel was decided or taken into the government thing. So I don't think it's going to be for the next decade, that tunnel. The new tunnel is coming along nicely. It's already, well, not open, but like the water is out and you can walk through it as like the working people. The workers already are inside of the tunnel. But yeah, now of course they have a lot of work to do in that tunnel. But yeah, so basically all the whole part of like having the tunnel segments dragged there, lowered in the water, put into the ground and then emptied out is all done. Yeah, and in case you're wondering what we're just talking about, maybe I should explain for the new viewers. All the way up the river near Antwerp, they are building they have built a new tunnel underneath the river. The way they did that was they manufactured massive tunnel pieces. I think it was 8 of them in Antwerp, in Zeebrugge, up the coastline. And then they dragged the tunnel pieces over the river all the way to Antwerp, and then they lowered them into the river there. And we caught 1 or 2 of those pieces being transported on the river. It was really cool to see. All right, so the MSC Domna, 346 meters long, 43 meters wide. Ooh, low capacity actually, 9,640 TEUs. Hang on, got a drink. Tickle in my throat. She's an oldie. She's built in 1997. That's exceptionally old for a container ship, actually. This might be one of the oldest container ships we've seen on the stream. That's 29 years old this year. My goodness. That's also probably why she's so low capacity for being 350 meters long, but only having 9,640 containers on. That's low. The newer generation would have at least 15,000, I think. Yeah, she does look well maintained. She probably had a lot of maintenance and refurbishments done to her. We're about to get the full frontal shot here. She also seems to have some kind of windbreaker design on the front, which is most likely also retrofitted. An antique flag. Just like you have, well, in Europe at least, when you have like an old-timer car, you have a special license plate. So you know it's an old-timer. But yeah, container ships of this size that are 30 years old or almost 30 is rare. It really is. Yeah, there's no hard definition. What I do is I usually use ship for like the bigger ones, and like when it's a small dinghy, it's a boat. Oh, she had dry dock in May this year. That's why she looks so fresh. Yeah, Brent. That means they're gonna sail her for much longer then, as they did another round of maintenance on her. Interesting. The oldest container ship in the world. Probably not, but yeah, I forgot we've been live for over an hour. If you're new to the channel and you like the relaxing vibes from being by the water, don't forget to drop a follow if you're watching on Twitch and Kick. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's all free. Helps the channel grow, and hopefully we can do more fun stuff relating to ships in the future. And of course on YouTube you can always smash the like button as well. That will help other people find the stream. That's it. That's my hourly sellout. Back to ship spotting. Is it a website? Yes, there's a website just like, you know, Flight Radar. A lot of people know Flight Radar. There's one called Vessel Finder, and there's another one called Marine Traffic. Oh yeah, or you can use the link for from our location command, Crumpet. So it's identical to Flight Tracker, Flight Radar, just with a few less options for filtering and stuff. That's all locked behind a very expensive premium model. But for just looking at the ships, it's fine. It's also one of the tools that I use. But if you're like really getting into it, there's many resources to track ships, because almost every single big container dock or company in Antwerp has a website where you can see the schedule of ships. Also on the big companies, so like MSC has a feature to look up a ship and see where it's going or what its current rotation is. Because a lot of these ships are on a fixed rotation compared to like a bus route that it does. So we'll do all the same ports over and over in a big loop. A lot of the ships that we get here on the river are either going to Africa or Asia. We do have some going to the US and South America, but most traffic here is between Asia, I would say, and Europe. So they will do a lot of ports here in Europe, the bigger ones, like Antwerp, Rotterdam, Hamburg is a big one. There's what is the one in the UK? I keep forgetting. Yeah, I forgot. One in the UK. There's Le Havre in France is also a bigger one. And then after doing all these, they will do a big trip to Asia. And then they'll do some in China, Korea. Singapore is a very popular one as well. I like the windbreaker design on this one. It's another design that we haven't seen yet, I feel like. There's so many different designs on the bow. I like it. She does look exquisite. Just had maintenance done. It's very noticeable. There's no windows below the bridge. Like there's almost nothing there. To call. We have a walk command. Exclamation mark walk, and then the length of the ship. That will tell you how long it would take to walk from the front to the back. There it is. It's cool how the bridge on this one has like windows all the way to the sides. So it's fully enclosed and indoors. A lot of these bigger ships have like a little outdoor area towards the side for the bridge. But here they will be nice and warm inside. Felix, though, that's the one I had in mind, mega ships. I forgot the name when I was mentioning big European ports. Felix, though, that is indeed the one. Kyle, there's like a nice curvature in that front windbreaker. Why such a big bow visor? So it's a trend that we've been seeing for the past 2 years, I would say now, that these bigger container ships are getting like big bows, like we call it windbreakers, and it's to increase fuel efficiency. It doesn't do that much. There's like a fuel saving of like 2 to 5% almost, but because of the costs of fuel and how much fuel these things consume, it really makes a difference in cost, and it's well worth the investment of they're actively retrofitting them to like older existing ships at this point. So they must really make a difference if they're all starting to do it. Because we've seen it on these MSC ships, we've seen it on the ship we saw on Thursday, also had one retrofitted. And all the new ones have it as well. This one isn't even that big actually. There's bigger ones in the front. So no, it's not to protect the container, it's all for fuel efficiency. The thought of commanding me is terrifying. I guess it takes years and years of training and experience, right? Mediterranean Shipping Company, that's what MSC stands for. You can also do !MSC in the chat, I think. That should, I think for some companies you have a command that will tell you, yeah, there we go. So MSC is actually the largest container shipping company in the world. Oh yeah, and we have spotted 83 unique MSC vessels so far. Antwerp, the port of Antwerp, is one of the bigger MSC hubs in Europe, actually. I think there hasn't been a stream, or maybe only 1 or 2 streams, where we have not seen an MSC ship. There's always MSC ships on the river. And they also do cruise ships, MSC cruises. Let's check out you can see like the inside of the windbreaker. Look at that, that's really cool. Also look at that curve that's in it. It's really, yeah, cool. She is quite long. It's actually crazy how low her capacity is for her size. And that's probably because she's an old ship. One issue with this current setup, I need to grab a battery. I'll not be able to reach the battery that I need. Cable, check. Power bank, check. Okay. You keep reading MSC Domina. Domna. Don't ask me why it's named Domna. May of this year, MSC hit a total of 1,000 container ships. My goodness. We haven't even seen 1% of it. Wait, is that true? No. Wait, no, yeah, no, you have not. 1% of 1,000 is 100? No. Oh no, you've seen 8% of them then. Because we're at 80. Math, it's hard sometimes. No, then the wind resistance would become too big again, Metallical. If they would completely over... Because like there is one type of ship that has a completely like roof on it, which is the vehicle carriers. I'm not sure we'll have one today. It's actually been a while. I feel like the vehicle carriers on the river have been decreasing over the past few months. Not as many. But those are completely enclosed because you don't want to have salt water going over brand new cars and starting the corrosion before the car has even arrived. That would be bad. As a crash structure, I'm not sure. I don't think it's meant for that. Oh, we do have a Ro-Ro actually. Yeah? I forgot. Right over there. That is a fully enclosed one. It's being fueled right now, but that is a vehicle's carrier. Yeah, indeed, lockdown. Just as you wrote it, I also thought of it. It's a vehicle's carrier, the Nordic Ray. So she came from Drammen in Norway. Cars are getting too expensive. Cars are indeed getting very expensive. I agree with that one. It's like the cheaper cars are being removed from the offers because it's just not worth making them, I guess. All right, we got a lowrider coming in as well. Oh, it's not that low. Could be lower. Never mind. They're being fueled there, Kirby. It's a popular spot for refueling. It's possible that this vehicle's carrier doesn't even need to be here. It's just here for fueling and then they're off again. Somebody was in chat earlier saying that the Dutch heavy fuel is a cheap one. So that's why a lot of ships like to come here for fueling. Is it cheaper to register in a place like the Bahamas? So where a ship is registered is called flag of convenience, because the flag of a ship determines all the laws, the rules, the taxes, also the work regulations on the ship. It's all determined by the flag. So that's why certain places, like Liberia, I think that's the biggest register in the world, is very popular because they have a lot less stricter laws and taxes and so on. And there's also like two types of registers. There's closed ones and open ones. A closed register means that the company also has to be in that country. For example, the French register is only open. You can only register a ship in France if your business is there as well. But for some countries like Liberia, there's a few other ones I keep forgetting, you don't have to do that. So that's why those countries are popular. It's funny, for Liberia, you have to go to UK, to London. I believe that's where the office is. To registering your ship in Liberia, you have to go to London. Hey, Andrew. And then there's another reason why some ships choose for a certain country. I learned that for cruise ships, a lot of them will sail under the Bahamas flag. Because if your ship is registered under the Bahamas, the captain can legally marry people. So they can upsell getting married on board of your cruise ship in that case. So that's why you'll see a lot of cruise ships have a Bahamas flag. And in Europe, I think it's the Maltese flag that's popular for cruise ships. But yeah, it is of course criticized a bit because it is like trying to avoid local labor laws and stuff like that. Although keep in mind that when a ship enters a port, for example the port of Antwerp here, they also need to fulfill certain regulations and rules for that port, so there's also that. What is the purpose of this ship? It's just a small transporter. So there will be stuff in the hull of the ship underneath those covers. Could be anything. From stuff to loose material like sand, dirt. There's a big metal recycling facility up the river, so you often see like scrap metal ships. Kirsten is a German fan. What is it saying on the overlay? The Netherlands flag, interesting. So the info on the website might be outdated. I use a certain store's formula stats. But indeed it's waving the German flag, so the ship has been re-registered under Germany. Good catch. drugs. That's for the bigger container ships. They contain drugs. Because yes, the port of Antwerp is still one of the biggest importers of cocaine in Europe. Like that the sun came out. So much nicer for filming. Yeah, drugs are for bigger ships. Let's see. Oh, we got another. I think it's. I'm not sure if it's a container ship. Marine traffic also says Netherlands. Yeah, it must be recently then that it's updated. It's, or they're sitting under a false flag. It's one of the Russian Shadow Fleet ships. Today we were talking about flags. That's also a thing that the Russian Shadow Fleet, I'm sure you've heard of it now in the news these days. What they do is basically they will hoist a flag of a certain country while they're not even registered to that country. So that's how shadow fleets work. So they're actually just sailing for Russia, but they'll hoist like some kind of a, what is it? They captured one recently. I think it was a Mauritian flag, but it was not registered to Mauritius. So yeah. So this is the Box Spirit general cargo ship. So it can, as you can see, transport containers, but it could also be some other stuff on board. That's why it's called general cargo ship. She came from, ooh, how do you pronounce that? Westerschelde in France. Maybe also cool if you're new. You can see that the ship has like 3 cranes on it. The idea behind that is that she can go to a port where there's no crane facilities and then she can just unload and load itself. So it doesn't need a bigger port. So this one would also probably funnel smaller containers from containers from smaller ports to the bigger ports to then go a long distance. Hey, IRL streaming. IRL streaming, what a nickname on YouTube. It's IRL capture the flag game by using ships. The thing is though, under the international maritime law, you are able to seize a ship when you when they do the false flag thing. That's why a lot of them have been taken into custody recently. Because once a ship is in international waters, you cannot just enter it and seize it. Unless if you do a thing like with the false flag, then you do have a legal basis to do it. The idea behind it is that if anybody could start sailing under false flags, and then imagine if you do an environmental disaster, the ship sinks or starts to leak oil, who's going to be responsible for that and all that kind of shenanigans? That's why the flag is important. Local motorbiker gang is arriving. I saw that giant raid. They captured another one this morning, an oil tanker. And it was also sailing under a false flag, so... Dude, this one is going fast. She's speedy. What is her speed? 15.3 knots. She's going fast. I have to pan so quickly with the camera. Holy moly. Wait, are they watching ads or should I wait to welcome them? Yeah, let's... Hey Shirley. Thank you for the raid, Shirley. And Airliners Live. Alright. Airliners straight from ships. I always mix it up. I always say straight from ship spotting to plane spotting. No, straight from plane spotting to ship spotting. Welcome to the Westerschelde River in the Netherlands, where we are ship spotting. And we are expecting some big ships this afternoon. There is currently one 400-meter ship underway, and a second one should depart soonish. So we'll see those ships in an hour-ish probably from now. So yeah, welcome raiders. How was it in Manchester? How was the weather in Manchester? Is it also as windy as here? Because my goodness, there's a chilly wind by the water. Captain is hungry for lunch. Captain would just eat lunch on the bridge. Hey, monkey. Let me check on the progress on the 400-meter ships, shall we? Oh, the wind is suddenly picking up. Yeah, so the first 400-meter ship will be here, will be in sight in about, I don't know, 15 minutes on the horizon, I think. Let's see if the second one is starting to move. She is. She has tugboats next to her. Nice. So, if all goes well and we don't get rained on, we should have 2 400-meter ships today. How deep do they go? Good question. So like this one, it shows on the overlay, right, for the ships. This one is 7.2 meters below the water line. The deepest ones we get here are 16 to 16.5 meter deep. That's like the record deeps. It's like the very big ones, if they're fully loaded, they go up to 16 meters deep in the water. But yeah, overall, it can be any depth, right? Also, for example, if a ship is empty, it would be very high in the water, and that would make it unstable. That's why each ship has something called ballast tanks. And what they'll basically do is they fill them up with water, so the ship is deeper in the water, up to a stable level at least, so it doesn't capsize. Oh yeah, we have a ballast tank command. There's a chemical tanker on the way from Antwerp to Rotterdam. It's near Perkpol and the name is Chem New York. I feel like we might have seen the Chem New York before. We've definitely seen ships with Chem in the name before. We'll have to see. We should still be here by the time it gets here. Currently we have another bit of a gap in traffic. But there's some smaller stuff coming, so we'll wait it out. There's a new Asperger coming too. Nice. Yes, I'm waiting for the Manila Express, so that's the first 400-meter ship we're waiting for. The second one will be the one that we saw on Thursday, actually, the CMA CGM or CGM CMA Trosadero, which is just getting tugboats in the port right now. But that one has to come from a bit further, so I don't know if we'll still be here. I think we will, but you never know. Yeah, new as a name, one that we haven't seen before. Gotcha. The wind is picking up again a little bit now. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Another fun fact about ballast and using ballast tanks for these ships is that it's so strictly regulated, like filling it up and emptying it out. What you, for example, cannot do is like, imagine you're in the port of Antwerp, your ship is empty, and you have to fill up the ballast tanks there because otherwise it's not stable. So you fill them up with water from Antwerp. They cannot sail all the way to Japan and then there empty it out again because there they're getting a load. That would be like an environmental thing. So they have to like regularly cycle the water in the ballast tanks while they're sailing to prevent contamination of the ecosystem. So water is, I don't know if it's constant, but water is being cycled in the ballast tanks. Looks like we're gonna have some ships coming out of the locks here in a minute. Let's check them out. So these are 2 locks, and we have a lot of new people, I think, in the chat. So this is the newer one, which is quite big, taking into service 1.5 years, 2 years ago. You can see there's some ships in there going towards Ghent, so away from here. But then here we have the smaller, older one, which is it seems to be very jam-packed, actually. There's actually 3 locks, but the third one is out of service. It has been for over a week now. So all traffic has to go through these 2. Yes, Formula Stats. That would be the final one for today. Can the ship be fueled by running? I think that would be very hard. I don't know if they can or not. They probably can, but I don't think it's being done. There's a tugboat in there, and then some inland ships by the looks of it. You can also see the lock wall is now opening, sliding. Hey, Big Sledgehammer, good to see you. Embassy Clea is coming up the river. Missed that one. Let's see where that one is on radar. Yeah, they definitely have a nice selection of ships today, so that's cool. Yeah, so the Manila Express is approaching Walsorden. Let's check towards the coastline for a minute. I don't see her, the MSC Clea. Oh, she's still far out. She's still out at sea, I see. Yeah, we might catch that one. Might still be here. Hey, Andre. Hello. There's a lot of you in here today. Maybe I should do my hourly sellout moment a bit early. If you're new to the stream, and you like the ship spotting stuff that we do here. Oh my god, the wind is killing the camera again, or the vibration. Don't forget to drop a follow if you're watching on Twitch and Kick. If you're watching on YouTube, we're live on all three. YouTube, you can subscribe. It's all free, helps the channel grow. Yeah, we're trying to get more followers so you can maybe do more fun stuff with the stream. One really fun thing that I would like to try and do with the stream, let's just leak it a little bit. Harry Seward, thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you. That building there is the headquarters of Multra Ship, which is one of the big ports facility, like the tugboat company basically, but they also do other stuff. They have a brand new state-of-the-art simulator in that building. I think it would be really fun to do a stream there. But in order to approach them, I feel like I need a bit more followers on YouTube, so I can approach them and say, hey, we have a big following, would you be interested in collaborating? Maybe visiting the simulator, I think that would be fun. So that's why we want to get more followers on the YouTube channel. But I'll leave that up to you guys. All right, let's watch all the ships come out. How many will be in there? Any guessers? Maybe 6, 7 ships? Or do you think there will be more? Looks like the first one is coming out. Oh, yeah, I looked it up. It's 7 ships. See, 6, 7. Told you. I guessed correctly. Thank you, Sledgehammer. Yeah, I don't know if the kick is going anywhere, but might as well be on there. I think my main thing to grow, if we want to collaborate with like these big companies here, is the YouTube following. I think that's more interesting for them. Because everybody knows YouTube, not a lot of people know Twitch or Kick. Sorry if the image is a bit bumpy, but it's very windy out here right now. The windmills in the back should give it away how windy it is. We actually got a tugboat coming in as well. Hang on, let's check that out. Hey, Deck Dice. Oh, sorry. Camera's being a bit wonky. This is one of the tugboats from the Multra ship company I was just talking about. Hey, here. Multra Tug 18 or Multra Ship 18. Have we seen this one before? It's like a number I don't remember. 18. Epic Channel. Epic ships. Yeah, it's required by regulation. It all depends on which ship it is, how heavily loaded it is. Because like some of the very big bulk carriers that come in here have to have even up to 3 tugboats attached to them. But then there's smaller ones who can do it without a tug, so it all depends on many factors. But of course it's all regulated. Oh, we spotted it 3 times, never mind. Hey Alma. She's very noisy, this one. A big rumble coming from her. Alright. Then we got another tanker coming as well. This might be an Asperger, as E.G. was saying earlier. It is the Amalie? Yeah, Amalie. I first thought the M was an N. I was like, what? The Amalie Asperger. No, she's also gonna come in. She's going to Ghent. Built in 2005, so she's 21 years old. 118 meters long. Dirty Mine is a joy forever. I mean, I don't have a big computer screen in front of me to read. And a big van, camper van has left. That's nice. Got more view now. She also appears to be very full. If you zoom in on her bow, you can see her depth marking as well. See if you can read it. She's at 7.6. She's at 7.6 meters deep. If you're wondering what that other symbol is on the side, so that indicates there that she has a big bulb, a bulbous bow. So there's like a big bulge in the front. And then that other symbol means there's ninjas on board. No, just kidding. That means there's a bow thruster there, so a sideways thruster. Then the T usually indicates where a tugboat can push against her safely, where it's structurally safe to push. And if you go further down the ship, let's see, there it is. That's another mark of how deep she is, and that's called the plimsoll line right next to it. That will indicate the max depth in certain conditions. That's like it varies from winter to summer, and also to like types of water that she's in. That's the plimsoll line. another T at the back there for a tugboat, and then more ninjas on board in the back right there. Yeah, we talked about it earlier a bit, Big Barry, on why they're allowed to do it, what the legality of it is. Basically, if you're sailing under a false flag, you are allowed to be entered and seized legally. I'm pretty sure the symbols are international, K2. There might be small variances in how they look, but overall it's universal. Especially the plimsoll line, that is like a really universal thing. Oh, does it, Ray? Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, that might have broken then. Might have to fix that. So many things break that need fixing. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, she's putting on her engines. Look at that. Get some good black smoke up there. I'm glad the wind is going the other way. She's put on her reverser, I think. She's like, oh, we gotta slow down. So you got motorbikers for scale. The Manila Express will be here in an hour from now. Yeah, could be right. I should see her on the horizon soon though, the Manila. Rolling coal, more like heavy fuel. Imagine if these ships would still run on coal, that would be crazy. Meanwhile, all the ships you see in the background are all the ships that were in the lock that we saw earlier open. I think the last one is out now, so this one can go in. Great timing on the Asperger. So I'm keeping an eye out on the horizon right now, because I do think we'll see the 400-meter ship at any moment up here. Of course, it still has ways to go until it's here then, but... A sub-goal and we send you in a lifeboat launched from a ship? Oh. No. The last ship out is going to Norway. There's no shot this thing is going to Norway, my friend. The Ale Tank 81, I'm pretty sure that there's no chance this is going to Norway. Yeah, I know, Lan, I know. Let me see where this one is going. Somebody said on YouTube chat that this thing is going to Norway. Or you mean... No, you mean the big one that's coming towards us. He probably means this one. Hang on, let me check. Radar, please, work. No, I don't see anyone going to Norway, actually. What is this one? This was the Ale Tank. It's going to Germany, I think. Oh, interesting. That one is going pretty far inland, though. This ship is going all the way to Frankfurt in Germany. That is very far up the river. That's cool. The RP Basel, yeah. Oberhaven, Frankfurt. That's crazy. Well, we've seen ships from here go to Germany. But Norway, I would be very surprised. These inland ships cannot go to Norway from here. They're not seaworthy. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have a coaster, I think. Is it a coaster? I think that is a coaster ship, actually. What is that one? It's the current speed on the overlay map, but it's of course a moment. The moment I fetch it for the overlay, that's the speed that is displayed. It's not updated in real time. Yeah, but it's not because that's TAU that it means this a small city in the south of Norway. Again, these ships are not rated to sail on open ocean, so they have to stay on rivers. This is the New Jersey. I'm just going up the river to Zeebrugge. Okay. I think this one is seaworthy. This one. This could go out at sea. This one. Oh, cool, cool. We got one coming in as well. Look at that! Look at that steering. Look at that angle. Glorious. Volharding. Oh, microphone, please stay attached. There we go. It shows in Norway flag? That's really weird. Oh, we're very surprised that was correct. As I said, these are not seaworthy ships, so I don't know how it would go all the way to Norway from here. But maybe I'm completely wrong, but don't think so. It's a rush hour. Lots of little ships out and about right now. Yeah, so Germany, Denmark, and then what? Then it still has to go through open seas, which is not rated for. So that's why it would surprise me. Ooh, this one has a very interesting bow design, I just realized, sorry. That's an inland ship, like a little type, a bulge type setting. I haven't seen that before on an inland ship. It's really cool. Also keep in mind that the destinations these ships set that you see on the overlay is the things they set in their radar system. So if they make like a mistake, which has happened many times before, especially these inland ships, they don't often, I believe there's an inland ship captain on Twitch that uses his Twitch name often in its AIS data, so, or its Twitch link. All right, got a bit of a gap now in traffic, it seems. We'll take a look how these ships navigate into the lock here. There's quite a few of them. But it does seem like the pleasure craft is like noping out. This is too many boats for us. We're skipping. Yep, I see the 400 meter ship on the horizon now. Cool. I'll show you in a little bit. Actually, let's check it out. It's gonna be fun from this angle. There she is. The Manila Express. She still has a long ways to go, but this is our first sighting of her. How big she is. You can see her from behind the landmass in the distance. That ship is huge. I didn't see where she was going actually. She doesn't look like she's ready for her long distance trip yet. Let's see where she's going. UK. LGP. What is LGP again? I forgot. LGP. London. She's going to London Gateway Port. Interesting. Godzilla looming over the horizon. Oh, is she going to Zeebrugge? That's not what she has on her overlay. On her radar, at least. Anyway. That would mean a short trip of the river. So we'll see her in a little bit. You know, I also have the smallest ship of the day. Little sailboat. This is the B410 729. It's a bit bumpier on the small one than the big ones. The coaster ship for scale. There it is. It's 0.1 TEU. I think you could put at least like 25% of a container on that ship. Go back to the lock now. Ship was still navigating inwards. At some point I would like to do a stream from the lock. I think that would be fun to see the ships navigate. Although there would be not much else to see. Sorry about the bumpy image again. It's very windy. Banging into the camera. It does look like the small vessel is gonna go in there as well, the pleasure craft. It's like let's have the big ships go in, and then I'll sneak in the back. Meanwhile, on the river, there's not much going on. We are waiting. I think it's a tanker coming towards us. Also check if the Trocadero has left the port yet. So that would be wonderful. The Trocadero has not moved yet. That's unfortunate. We might not see that one today then. Oh, many times before we saw the Begonia Seaways Formula stats. One of the stream regular ships. There's 3 of them rotating between Ghent and Sweden. And yeah, you see a lot of them. I saw them when I arrived here. Not sure what the fees are for going through the locks, but I'm sure it costs some money. Also, it looks like they're going back out. They're like noping out by the looks of it. They're like, it's too busy in the locks. We're not doing this. Oh no, wait, he's making another U-turn. Changed his mind again. He's gonna go in after all. Oh, they're busy with bigger ships because of the new lock. That would be fun. We talked about it earlier. There's a new lock, the lock on the left there. But the problem is the river is not deep enough yet, further upriver, because there's a tunnel underneath, so they cannot make it deeper. It's just going to be a project of like 20 years at least, if they ever do something with it. But I guess there's a little bit more room, if they're not that deep. You could make them a bit longer and wider. How many gates? Just 2. So the lock doors now are open. They will close, and then the other side there's no. You can even see the bridge on the other side, right? That's where they exit the lock, and then they're on the canal. And there's no more locks. It's all the way flat until Ghent. Oh, you live near here. Okay. It's a good day today, actually. There's a lot of activity. We've had streams where there's almost nothing. There's a nice steady pace of ships this afternoon. I'm very happy with that. It's a lot of fun. Person was detected at the doorbell. Who's at my doorbell? Oh, it's my wife. So if you're just joining, we are awaiting 2 400-meter ships. One of them is already on the horizon. The other one, maybe we'll catch it, but it still hasn't left. It should have left half an hour ago. So we'll see if they're delayed or anything, but yeah, we'll get to that. Hey Blighty, welcome. I hear the motorbike is leaving. Everybody, this is a volume warning. There's 3 motorbikes coming. It might get loud. Hey Baffle Turd. Take a seat, take a little blanket, because it is not that warm today, and enjoy. There are already tugboats next to the Formula, so it could leave at any moment actually. The scheduled pilot time was 1:30 p.m. So half an hour ago. It's windy, yeah, it's also windy here. Sometimes you might see some vibrations of the camera. That's just the wind banging into it. You need to see the 400 meter. I know, the 400 meter ones are the best. I love them. Although if you want to do something before that, Mac, I think it's another half an hour until she's close to us. So you still have time if you need to do something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Trocadero to Zeebrugge, yeah. Because we caught the Trocadero coming in on Thursday. She looked in pristine condition, by the way, the Trocadero. There was not a single scratch on her. She looked very fresh. Meanwhile, the Esberger is in. Let's take a look closer. So they're gonna fit the Esberger in there, and then I think 3 inland ships, and then the little yacht. Yeah, I agree, Baffled. Especially those 400-meter ships, they're so big. I always also say that on camera it doesn't translate how big they are in real life, but yeah. We've got one looking right at us now. Look at that. That's a cool shot. not sure what that one is. It's a tanker. Yeah, but they disappeared at the end of last week, Baffle. Blighty. This is the Histria Crown, 180 by 32 meters. Wow, she's going to Misurata in Libya. That's a destination we don't see often here. All the way to Libya. She's 180 meters long, 32 meters wide. 10 meters in depth right now, so there's 10 meters of her underwater. She looks to be very well loaded up. It is always funny to see a tanker rock the slogan, protect the environment, but yeah, once she's close, we'll check out her markings and her plimsoll line, see how deep she is to her max depth, or how close she is to the max depth. Alright, time for another snacky. I'm in a snacky mood today, I don't know why. We're eating a sour candy. Come on, sour candy, loosen up. There we go. I don't see that one yet, the Spetses lady. I mean, probably promoting that they're very careful and cautious, that they don't have any spills or any leaks. Yeah, I think we should see the clay up probably as well at the end of our stream today. Talking about streaming, how long have you been live? 2 hours now. We should be good on battery everywhere. Yeah, battery is good, battery is good. Let me check the mic receiver. Oh yeah, batteries are good on everything. Okay. Cool. Let's eat one more candy, because we can. I've seen a lot of ships smoke from their chimneys. We talked about that, Fluids, in half an hour ago. How when they use ballast tanks, they have to cycle the water so they don't contaminate the ecosystem. So it's a bit of a tinfoil hat thing that it would contaminate. Because, for example, if they fill up their ballast tanks here, they will have cycled it a few times by the time they get to the next destination to avoid ecosystem contamination. There was a tiny tanker behind it as well. I didn't even see that one yet. We haven't seen it today yet. I think it's because it's warmer weather, but a lot of these ships, their exhausts are washed. They have exhaust scrubbers. So they will basically wash their exhaust fumes with water, so they're less acidic for the environment. So that's also a thing these ships do. Exhaust scrubbing. I also think we've approached high tide right now, if I look at the water line. Well, we've seen ships going towards Morocco in the past, for sure. But mostly smaller ones. Maybe they're trying to up their game and they'll have some bigger ones soon. Alright, Formula. Good to see you. See you next time. So the 400-meter ship is about at the turning point where they will turn towards us. We'll see it in a little bit. Come on, wind, stop blasting the camera so you have a more stable stream. The Manila Express is the one that's inbound. And there's a second one that's about to leave Antwerp called the Trocadero. I do see another ship on the horizon there as well. So yeah, nice steady pace of ships today. I like it. Very good pacing. Pum, pum, pum. Interesting that they didn't name it Historia Crown, but Histria. You went on a DFDS mini cruise. I went to Newcastle last month. First time on a ship. I love being. Yeah, I would love to do some kind of vlogs from like some ferry ships. Something that we might do in the future with the channel. Would be fun to have like a little vlog or like a look around each of the ships that go across the canal, the North Sea basically. But there's one from Amsterdam, the one that you did. There's one from Rotterdam. There's one from Calais, and I think there's one from Le Havre as well. So plenty of ships to check out. There's one from Dunkirk, but you need to be on a car for that one. Hey Mol, good to see you. Look at that libido dance emote. Disgusting. Found her on the map? Cool. There's something relaxing about being by the water, being by the sea. And then having these ships come by so slowly. Yeah, there's something relaxing to it. You grew up fishing on the ocean. You love everything maritime except being away from home. Yeah, I get that. Understandable. Yeah, we're gonna check out. Well, I'll check it when she's a little bit closer. Where is her marking? Oh, there she is. Let's see what her max depth is and how far away she is from it. Let's see if we can already catch it. Wait, where's that plimsoll? There's no plimsoll line on her. What am I missing? Where is it? Maybe in the front? No. Bulge in the front. Ninjas on the ship. Let's check the back out again. Interesting. No plimsoll indicator on this one. Maybe it's on the other side. Oh no, I think she's actually at max depth already. I just see the... Hang on. Sorry. Yeah, that's the top of the plimsoll line there. So that indicates how deep a ship can be in certain conditions. So I'm gonna say that she's about at max depth right now. She's fully loaded. What's it angle marking for? The walkway, the gangway. Zoom in again. You see that the metal structure? That's basically a walkway, a bridge that they can lower. And I assume that is like the max angle they can lower it at, 55 degrees. I've never seen it before on a ship actually, as a marking, that one. Because we were going over the markings of a ship earlier, and that's one that I haven't seen that often. Tracking. The guy who streams small commercial fishing on the coast of Wales. Yeah, I saw that as well. Does he take passengers? Again, we got some more ominous clouds above us. Look at the top of the frame. I just hope no rain comes out of it. You want to volunteer as a deckhand? No, I will be streaming it. Can work when I'm streaming. Alright, we also got the Patriot coming in, which is like a port tender. Wait, isn't this the Patriot? It says patrol. But this is probably a port tender ship used for transporting crew around the port to and from jobs. It is called the patrol, this one. Okay, maybe this is not a port tender. It is from the Multra-ship company though, the tugboat company. And then the next tanker, before we go to that one, let's check out the 400-meter giant in the distance. There she is. Slowly getting here. You can already see the writing on the hull now. She doesn't have a windbreaker design. Interesting. And then, there we go. The Fidelio, we've seen this one before. I recognize that name. Yep. Going to Brunsbüttel in Germany. Spotted it 4 times already. There we go. It's from the Chem company. They also have inland ships on the river, Gefo. And then I see from the left we got a Wilson general cargo ship coming in as well. We'll catch it as we cross with the Fidelio. It's pretty high tide actually. The pier is almost under today. Can someone check when high tide is? Should be around now, I think. Yes, the tide command is still broken. Oh, it's in 28 minutes. Wow. I'll show you in a minute how high the water is. Also a no smoking ship. Oh, you wouldn't want to explode this one. It would be bad. Wow. One ship is smelly. It smells all burnt. Tide prediction. What were you using then, Toast? The stars? What is your source of data then? The moon phase? I think it's more funny when a ship says no naked flames on the instead of no smoking. They're quite big actually, the tide variations, because right now, I can already zoom out, you see that this whole pier is submerged. When it's low tide, you can literally go down the pier and walk on a kind of rock beachy area. Interesting. That's a cool project though, Tos. That's cool. We got the Wilson Dieppe. What a name. Oh yeah, we were talking about flags earlier, and I said there's also a red flag to indicate that there's a dangerous cargo on board. There it is. That one is indicating that, watch out, dangerous cargo. The difference is 4.4 meters. There we go. Thank you, EG. Red means death. Yeah, the high water is in 28 minutes, case. Somebody looked it up in the Twitch chat. Yeah, 20 minutes probably from now. Oh, sorry, need to remember to film. It's at 2:30 at Borssele. Oh yeah, okay. Almost at high tide. But yeah, you can definitely see, let's take a real quick look. The pier is almost submerged. It's only during storm tides that it actually gets submerged. I've only seen it once, and we were streaming here. This whole thing was submerged because of the storm tide. That was crazy. That same day we also saw a ship taking the corner here and then almost getting stuck or heading into the side of the land. It was a tense situation. It was the first time seeing the Wilson Dieppe. I don't know how to pronounce it. Dieppe. The door is open. We can say hi to the helmsman. Hello. And the pilots. Oh, they're drinking coffee. Important. Deep. I mean, in Dutch I could say deep P. What was the camera say? Exclamation mark cam. It's a Sony FX30 with a good lens on it. Hi. Getting ready. Where are they going? I thought they were going to appear. Oh, there he is. Getting ready for the mooring lines. Aussie ships. No, don't think we have here a Queenfisher. I think we have one ship going to Australia once, but that's about it. Usually ships will take other ports in between, so directly to Australia from here would be rare. Oh, what the hell is that thing? Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Almost like a new generation inland ship. Eco tanker. Going to Mulhouse. That's all the way up to France. That is cool. Never seen that design before on an inland ship. That's really neat. Look at that. What a good day on the river today. So much to see. I love it. Look at the little bow design as well. See her up close in a minute. Yeah, it does look like a very new ship. I've never seen this one before here. But the fact that she's going all the way to Mulhouse, which is the north of France, but like northeast of France, makes me think that she's not a regular on the river here. Maybe she came to Ghent for maintenance or something. Interesting. What flag is she under? The Netherlands flag. Maybe she is specific. Yeah. Interesting. Also cool color, the green. It is a trend though that we see with like the newer ships is that we put the bridge all the way in the front of the ship. And then there's a small chimney design in the back, like a chimney structure. Even in this one, even it's super tiny, but I think I see the chimney in the back there. Although maybe that, yeah, that might probably the chimney, the green thing. This is like the inland version of the Echo ship that we saw earlier, the container ship. No, I don't, Loof. Never done that. Year of construction, 2013. Interesting. Huh. Front wheelhouse drive. Looks cool though. Take another look at that front design. Is that like big glass windows on her as well? Wow. That looks fancy. I think the bridge is movable. You can see like the little pillar structure underneath, so it's probably a movable bridge as well. Transport light chemicals and CPP. Oh, it's LNG, of course it is. But that was retrofitted in 2017. That's a cool ship actually, really neat. Pretty unique. Trocadero is now off the berth and ready to leave. Okay, but that's still like 3 hours out from now. Because she's deep in Antwerp port, so I think it's 3 hours until she's here. Where's Eco Tanker One? That one unfortunately sank. We don't talk about that. Its home port is Rotterdam, so it's not a French thingy. Really cool ship though, I like it. Wow, the wind is suddenly picking up. Oh, wind is even worse now. Stop it, wind. Stop it. I don't want it. Sorry for the stuttery images. It's just the wind is really bad. Gas, electric propulsion. Yeah, LNG. But it has both gas and electric. Or it just converts the gas to electric and then to the propulsion. A really cool looking ship. I like that. Something new. Let's see, what else do we have? Not much on the coastline. We do have one tanker coming, and then I think we'll have to wait for the 400-meter ship after. Drifting. Hey, Brew. So our next bigger ship will be that tanker over there. We'll just stay on this angle for a minute. I'll get some water. Ooh, and maybe another candy would be nice. Wow, that's a sour candy. My goodness. Oh, glad you can't see my face. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. It does appear to be an empty tanker by the looks of it. I think we got this little pleasure craft going in the front. Sour candy is the best. So it was a sour candy with, like, you know, the sour sugar on it, but it also was a lemon flavor that made it even more sour. So it was sour on sour. Woo! The Carpe Diem is a pleasure craft. I feel like we've seen this one before. Boom, boom, boom. We might get visitors in a minute. I see the missus, her car is moving towards us. It's either that or she's lost. She's not gonna like the wind here. She's gonna complain how cold it is with the wind. On Westerschelde, the bow has a name in blue on it. On the Carpe Diem, or on this ship. La Liberté. I mean the Carpe Diem. Let's check the Carpe Diem for a minute. No, it's on there. The name is on there. Just like cursive writing, it's hard to see. Oh, on La Liberté, sorry. Go back to that one then. Yeah. I don't know why, but they painted it white. Look, it's still in there. It's like the whole front bow is like dented, but they just fully painted it white. It was cheaper to just buy one paint instead of two. Cost savings. Who needs a name on your ship anyway? Was that a Tycan up on the ship? It is. Wait, let's do the mega zoom. Brought his Porsche. What is that license plate? It's like pink? What does that mean? What does a pink license plate mean? I think it's a Dutch license plate, but it's pink. So he spent all his money on the Porsche, didn't have money for paint left. All right. How it has a car, I'll explain that. So how a lot of these ships work, there's two options for these inland ships. Oh, this is the Cam New York, to Rotterdam. There's two options for the inland ships. Either they're owner-operator, so that means the people basically live on it, it's their house. So, of course, if it's your house, you want to bring your car with you, right? So that's why there's cars on the deck in the back. Another option is that it's from a company, but the people who work on it will work on it for like 2-3 weeks at a time. And of course, the location where they get off their shift is a different location than where they get on their shift. So it's much more convenient to just bring your car along, right? So you can just drive home after your shift. Or even if you have to do groceries in between or stuff like that, and you're like in a port area, there's no stores, then you can get your car off, drive to the store, and get it back on. So there's many reasons why they bring their cars. Hey Boson, I do like the owner-operator ones because usually they have like nice little curtains on the inside. They really make it like a little home on the inside. It's really cozy. I definitely see that the wind is banging a bit into this one with the waves in the front. And of course she's very high in the water, so she's not very fluid dynamic at this point. In a minute, look on the horizon. There's a big one coming. There's a 400-meter ship coming. A whole floating city of boxes. So we're with the Cam. The Cam was going to New York, right? Yeah. New York, built in 2014. 147 meters long. It's a smoker's now. There are dedicated smoking areas on these ships because I see everybody freaking out that you cannot smoke at all on a ship. That's not true. You can smoke in usually one dedicated area. Yeah, it's not going to New York, it's going to Rotterdam. Did I say New York? Oh, sorry. The smoking zone. Welcome to the smoking zone. My wife has just arrived. She's secretly parking in the distance so I don't see her. Already caught her. Hello?
Wow. Dat is de zee.
Kijk eens daar, grote boot.
Yeah.
Just a small wind.
Yeah, it's nice out here.
De wachter is een boot.
It's wifer.
It's the wiper.
It's the wifer.
Mama, help
How's the allergies here? Can you feel it better?
I got some medication.
So the wife is struggling with grass pollen allergies, and we came out to the river yesterday and it was instantly better, almost instantly. So now you're here just to get fresh air before going back into the grass pollen zone. We can stay here, we can live here now. We can do 24-hour streams then. Oh, we got a speedboat coming as well. It is Westerschelde Vice. Oh wait, where is it? Sorry. There it is. Yeah, look at that go. It's a proper speedboat right there. Also the big one in the background, that's a cool shot. It's called a brilliant. Brilliant, it's the Dutch word for brilliant. It's a brilliant ship. See, chat, one of these would be fun to have, so you can go on the river and stream from that ship while we like circle around the boats. You can do 360s around the big ships. I like how Toast is spamming the donation link. Yeah, if we all donate €1,000, then we can buy a massive ship as well. We get an MSC hit list. That's funny.
My mirror works again.
Oh, so you don't have to go again. Oh, nice.
That's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. We have a speedboat there.
Oh, nice.
I was just talking to chat how we should do a donation goal to buy one.
That sounds amazing. Come
So,
on, Chad.
Yeah, if everybody chips in €1,000, we got one. Easy.
Wouldn't that be nice? You streaming on there?
Nah, you know, the two happiest days of a live boat, the owner of a boat is the day that he buys it and the day that they sell it. Everything in between is misery.
A speedboat!
Harry, thanks for the 100 biddies. Okay, we got 0.0001% of our 0.00001% of our speedboat. Sorry, keep missing the panning. I'm multitasking. It's familiar if you don't know how to do things. I do like to do DIY stuff myself, but like working on a boat, I think is like a different level of DIY handiness that you need. So probably wouldn't be a thing for me. Got another inland ship. Well, it's actually a tug, like one of these little tugs coming in, pushing barges in front of it. Here we go. Look at that.
Misschien moeten we in plaats van met een zwarte bal, met een groene bal.
Ja, ik zal het doen.
Ja, een groene bal.
A bit further down, the grass is not as tall, I think.
Okay.
For a bit further down, there's less grass.
Well, more fun.
Oeh, nice.
Wacht even, mama.
Yeah, we're almost there. But thank you for the 100 biddies.
Ik kan nog steeds naar binnen, mama. Ik ben gekomen.
Ja.
Mama, het is zo sterk wind. Nou, dank u maar. Nou, dank. Oh!
You come there?
The 2022 Beneteau Gran Turismo goes for €500,000? Really? Is a boat like half a million? Holy frick! I thought it was going to be expensive, but not 500,000. All right, Case, have fun. See you next time. So how this thing works is basically these are two barges right next to each other. So there's this barge, and then behind it is another barge that's just basically a floating thing. Actually, I think it's scrap metal. Yep, scrap metal. And then it's pushed by this little tug in the back. So this is a very small shippy, but very powerful. But yeah, as you can see, I talked about it earlier, there's a lot of scrap metal for recycling up the river. Look at that. It's all yellow scrap metal, other scrap metal. We take at the front, more scrap metal. Look at that. It's a lot of scrap metal. Is that we get a date from somewhere to show? Yeah, we have a AI controlling it, also known as moderators. Shout out to the mods for always helping out. Yellow looks like a crane. Yeah, maybe a crane or some kind of yellow scaffolding. Could be anything, honestly. Could be also some scaffolding thing. Hey, Tucky Farm. Welcome. Oh, now we got the fam running in the... You're running into frame now. You're in the frame. You're in the frame. They don't hear me. They're like being blown away by the wind. You're in the frame. You're ruining the shot. Alright, so one of the main attractions for today is getting closer. We'll zoom in a bit. Oh, hi from Terneuzen. Well, hi from close by, I guess. Hey, Demon Days. The shot is improved. Use Symptos. Evelyn, hello from Hamburg. Hello, welcome from the Netherlands. Welcome, welcome. Okay, everybody said you improved the shot.
I did.
They're all Sims for you.
It's like all the winds covering my face.
Yeah. Get out of here, Kirby. A family? No, my family has been on stream before. But they're never the focus of it. I like how there's like a little inland ship right next to this giant ship. That's such a good thing for like comparing size. It's like the dwarf and the giant. True, she was at TwitchCon this year. If you walk down, there's a lot less taller grass if you want to stand over there. It's side drafting. I think it's actually behind it. I'm not sure. Popsicle. It's an optical illusion. It's probably not close. Let's check on radar. Also, let's see where the Trocadero is. Oh, it's still only there. Oh, that sucks. We might not see the other 200 meters, 400 meter ship, but we'll see. So the ship we're looking at, oh, they really are alongside actually. It's the Gerda. It's the ship that we've seen before. They're literally side by side right now, sailing. Let's see how much distance there is in between them. 0.08 nautical miles in between each other. What is that, like 160 meters in between each other? Something like that. The MSC? There's no MSC, right? It's an Hapag-Lloyd ship. I watch these things go by every day over here. It's always impressive to see. Yeah, I know. It never gets boring. I think it's even more impressive to see them from like a bit further away, because then you get a more sense of scale, because we're so close to them that you kind of lose the sense of how big they are. Look, usually it's still 10 kilometers away. Yep. Absolutely. Okay, what else do we have? So we have one ship coming in from the coastline. Where does the MSC that is coming in? Toast, I'm not moving to Terneuzen unless it's my own house with the wife. Oh, the MSC is getting a pilot, so we should see the MSC Clea as well. Cool. Yeah, I know, but there's always people there, and I don't want to annoy too many people with my stream. So there isn't a, for those of you who are new, there is an official spotter spot actually. And it's that thing over there. But I never want to be the annoying guy standing there with my camera. Also, I will have to drag all my stuff out on that pier. Right now I'm standing by my car, which is a lot more convenient with all the streaming gear. It's quite a setup at this point. Do we have anything else happening? No, bit of a gap in traffic. Well, at least we have the giants to look at. Is it me or has it been a while since we've seen a... We saw one at the beginning of the stream as it was going away from us. So by the time I arrived here, it was already past. But we don't get that many Maersk ships in Antwerp. It's lesser visited by Maersk. Remote robot camera. There's 2 webcams here. You can find online. I think you can find them on windy.com. 2 webcams that are here. But of course it's not as good quality as I'm doing. It cannot zoom and it doesn't rotate. So you want to see how I see it, but it's still far away, of course. But I believe this is like what the human eye sees for like zooming. So this is how far it still is. The zoom is crazy good. I like this camera, it's really nice. Also like that this one has a better digital zoom mechanism than the previous camera we had. Because this is all optical, so this is the lens. And then we can also do the digital zoom to go like all the way this deep. Of course it's shaky because of the wind, but yeah. A cleaner future for shipping. So also this ship, by the way, is an LNG powered ship. Which does seem to be the trend that a lot of newer ships lean towards. So it's all LNG powered, less heavy fuel. I wonder if what the next step will be in getting it more sustainable. I saw this morning that the next step was taken for a nuclear powered, was it a RoRo? I think it's vehicles carrier, nuclear powered vehicles carrier design. They got approval from something. How big is a tree? It's just a regular tree. I don't think there's anything too big around it. And then I also read a few months ago that they're thinking about, or they might actually execute it on an all-electric powered ferry ship between Spain and Morocco across the strait there. And the idea is that the ship would, like, once it docks, it plugs in to charge, and then it would have enough charge to go back and forth between Morocco and Spain. You can see the rounding of the Earth. Yeah, definitely. When a ship is like further away, you can only see the top of the ship actually. But indeed, the nuclear powered ship is just another test. They tested it, I think, back in the 80s, nuclear powered, but it wasn't sustainable at that point. But maybe now that technology has advanced for another 40, 50 years since then, they might get it more sustainable. Well, there's military ships who are still already nuclear powered. Although I do wonder about the risks of nuclear powered commercial shipping. I don't know. We'll see. The wind was like cut in half. Yeah. That's also indeed. Where did the Gerda go? They got crushed by the... Wait, where did the inland ship go? That's the eco tanker we saw earlier? That's not gonna be Gerda, is it? No. Where is he? See you next time, Evelyn. Russia and US have nuclear, but yeah, but they're like not commercial merchant vessel ships. We're talking more about that one. Nuclear power. Okay, Iron Man. We got an inland ship coming in as well. This is also the name of my ex-girlfriend. Of course, we have this ship while the wife is here. Look at that ship. Look at the name. Look at the name of that ship. Yeah. It's my ex?
Yeah.
That's funny. Just now that you're here, we have this ship. She's not impressed, chat. I'm not scoring any points. Help me out here.
This is the chat.
What, you got him a flower? Hang on, let me do the zoom out. Yeah, there we go.
Can you see it?
Yeah, they can see a flower. Well, we're ship spotting mostly.
For all the dads.
For all the dads?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shut up, Suller. I do wonder where the inland ship went. Did it sink? Let's check on radar. It has to be behind it, right, at this point? Oh yeah, really, it was like completely overtaken and left behind. She's very far behind now. The Gerda should be all the way back there. Look at the distance that it like covered. Because the inland ship is only going like 7 knots and this one is going 13 knots. Years ago I was selected for Navy nuclear ship repair, but I chose missile launching. Good choice. Sounds more fun. Alright, meanwhile she is slowly getting closer. Our main attraction for today. All 400 meters of her. And then let me look towards the coastline. I do expect to see a big container ship there as well, actually. I don't see it yet, though. The inland ship, there she is. Let's get both of them in frame. Hey, gentle freak, good to see you. Welcome. Understand how high they're stacked. It's crazy to think that there's an equal amount of layers of container in the belly of the ship underneath that. There's an equal amount of rows lower. There's just so many containers on this. How many does it fit? There's this one that does oh, we don't have the capacity. Hang on, let me look it up. Manila Express. 23,664 20-foot containers fit on that thing. Wait, you have a different number of candles. I have 64. You have 66. Or you just wanted to type 666. I'm on to you. Worshipping the devil. But yeah, 23,666 or 64 TEUs fit on this thing. This is about as big as they get. The biggest in the world are just over 24,000 in capacity. But in raw size, they're about the same size. Moin, Captain Dennis, welcome. You are just in time to see our big ship of the day. I mean the one in the background, not the inland ship. Use two different sources, get two different numbers. Yeah, it's usually the case for the TEUs. For some reason, I feel like all these companies like to be a little bit mysterious about how much exactly they can carry on their ships. Also keep in mind that these are theoretical maximums. I believe the record for most containers actually on a ship is around 21,000. That was set by a ONE, the Magenta ships. For some reason they have a very efficient planning system because they broke the record for most containers from Asia to Europe multiple times in a row. They broke their own records. So they're super efficient. The distance is still 6 kilometers, yep. She's slowly getting here. Let me eat another candy while we wait for her. Nom, 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 nom. What is that? There's also, is that a bulker coming from the coastline? Let me check. Ooh, I'm excited. There's a crude oil tanker coming. And it appears to be empty. Oh, that is super exciting. I think after container ships and ro-ros, I think the crude oil tankers are also one of my favorites. We'll catch that one in a little bit as well then. It's nice that the sun came out for a bit. Guy is also a ship spotter. I've been seeing him make pictures all day. Boom. Giant ship coming. You never know when it will come in handy, K2, that knowledge. How does it float? Space magic. It's always the answer. Full frontal. about to enter the sunshine as well. It's interesting to me how little or how small the bridge itself is, like the enclosure. Remember the other big one that we saw today had like a whole enclosure of glass around the full bridge? So for this one, if they have to go to the sides to like dock, it'll be outside in the elements. So a very narrow bridge compared to the other one. Oh, I haven't done my shtick yet for the past hour. If you're new to the stream, you like the relaxing ship spotting we do here, don't forget to follow. If you're watching on Twitch or Kick, if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's all free, helps the channel grow, so you can hopefully do more stuff. And of course on YouTube you can always smash the like button as well. That will help most the other people find the stream. There we go. Hourly sellout moment number 3 is done. Am I still... Oh yeah, I'm still optical zoomed. Digital zoomed. 30,200 counters? What? Counters? 23,000 containers, just over. Good question, January. I don't know. I think it's pretty responsive, these ships. The thing with the ship is, if you're using the rear rudder for steering, you need to have a certain momentum, a certain speed to turn. Because if you don't have enough water flowing past the rudder, it will not function as good. So once they're at speed, I think it's pretty maneuverable. The funny thing with these ships is stopping it, coming to a full halt from like proper cruising speed can take up to 30 minutes before it's like at a full stop. Just so much mass that's moving forward to like put that to a halt. It's not like punching in a brake on a car. It takes time for this thing to come to a stop. So that, yeah, the inertia. So that's one of the reasons why you have to be really cautious steering ships, because there's no room for error basically. She's going 13.2 knots now. But we also see it with the small ships here when they like turn out and steer out of the canal to go up the river. You always see the little sideways drift, right? So the inertia from even a little ship like that, suddenly turning its rudder and changing direction, it will still drift sideways. Oh, she looks beautiful in the sun now. Oh, look at those colors. That's beautiful. Don't know where the fam went. They're missing the big ship now. Oh, they're there. You have to think ahead constantly while steering these ships. Yeah, Condos knows he steers. He has steered big ships. So we even saw some of the navigational equipment these ships have, and you can see like a little line that projects where it's gonna go. So you have that as well. One out of 10 rust. There's no rust on this one. It's very fresh. It's really good. To eat on this. Also, like with these Hapag-Lloyd ships, they have like a little emblem in the front there. If I'm not mistaken, isn't it like referring to Hamburg, this emblem? Oh, massive that bow is. It's crazy. It's also crazy thing that if you're up there, you're like 60 to 70 to 80 meters high in the sky above the water line. Huge. Yeah, the scale really does not translate well on camera. The only thing that I sometimes do that can give it a little bit away is I'll zoom into this. So this is like the gangway. This is like where the pilot will get off. This is like the door. So if you keep your eye on that door area, you can see the door right there, right? It's like behind the ladder. That's a person. That's a door. So keep your eyes on that, and then we pan out. That is how massive this thing is. It's also where the pirates get on. Yes, that's true. Well, I'm pretty sure you don't get on if this thing is closed. It's very high up. And at some point in life, you've all stood next to one of these containers, right? They look like little Lego bricks on this ship. That's how tall they are. There's a Hamburg City shield. Yeah. I thought so. We'll probably see at the back of the ship also that its home port is Hamburg. Such a massive ship. With the water spray there as well on the bow. That anchor, is that anchor still dangling or is that locked in place? Almost looks like it's dangling. It's 400 meter lang. Yeah, another way to see how big these are is to stand right next to it, because then it's like a massive wall that you're next to. Because this thing is like taller than a house. Just the freeboard alone, like these ladders is like a multi-story building. The Hapag-Lloyd ladders. It's really like 1, 2, 3 to 4 floors of a house. It's like an apartment building. And this thing floats and moves. Hey, old tanker. We had the Eon leave yesterday, actually. Because I was considering streaming it, but then I didn't have time. But the Eon left here, the Ever Eon, which is a brand new evergreen ship. We left Antwerp yesterday. So fun to look at all these containers, like little bricks. We care about our profits mostly. It's a good one. Incidents do happen, Hamhock. Incidents do happen. There's plenty of videos out there with things going wrong on these ships. How's the allergies? You don't hear me from that far? The wind is blowing it down.
In my ears, so that's
How's
why.
the allergies?
Well, it was not a very good plan going to the grass field.
Oh, like there, yeah.
Yeah, I was sneezing. I was like, we saw quite a buffet on the sidewalk, full of crab legs.
Oh, we saw one being eaten live. Well, we saw one being caught and being eaten
Yeah.
live earlier.
Oh, it's the butchery down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know. It's full of crap. Even if you walk on that pier, you would see like dozens of
yeah.
empty shells.
They don't eat the legs. I get it though.
Mostly the claws are left.
Yeah. All
Mama, how
kinds
is
of
the
claws.
bunker?
Yeah, we saw that earlier live. We caught them, catch it, kill it, and then eat it. It
Yeah,
was.
that bunk, yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to the fam who's also chilling here for a little bit. Right, next up will be a crude oil tanker. It's also exciting to see. You also don't get that every day. She is still hiding behind the pier over there, so we'll see her in a little bit. What's up, Ian? How are you, buddy? Weird how that's been stacked with almost nothing. What do you mean with almost nothing? Oh, centrally. So the way these containers are placed is a factor of many different things. Because they have, not in every port they unload and load everything. That would be insane. So based on where the cargo is going, it's being placed on the ship. But another very important factor is certain containers cannot be placed next to each other. Imagine if you have a container with very flammable products and then you have a container with explosive materials, you cannot place those next to each other. But there's many rules and regulations to keep into account there. So it's always a puzzle. It used to be a manual job, I heard, but now it's all computer automated, of course. So we got tugboat 13 heading out. Yeah, doing amazing, Ian. Life's good. Do you all watch what's going on with shipping on YouTube? I don't actually. I should actually, but I just don't find the time these days to watch a lot of YouTube. Is it going to Manila? No. It's going to the UK, this one. Hey, Brighton, man. Thank you. All of the Netherlands is fluent in English, I would say. Especially, maybe the older people now, but all the younger generations speak English, mega ships. Don't worry about it. We had a convention, TwitchCon, in Rotterdam, and everybody speaks English there. It's actually funny, in Rotterdam and Amsterdam, you're more likely to be talked to in English in a store or in a bar than in Dutch, I feel like. Are you gonna ship spot there? Mega ships? You got a flower for me? Yeah. Thank you. I got a flower. You going? Yeah. Too much wind?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I need to keep filming.
I'm distracting the stream.
No, it's fine. They said the stream got better once you got into frame.
Oh.
So.
You were yelling and I could not hear you. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's a bit of wind today. That's true. A little bit. I had worse than this. This is not that bad, actually. See, I'm not even wearing gloves right now. So it gets bad when the gloves go on. All right, we're about to see a crude oil tanker.
It's like beautiful sunshine, but then again, dark clouds.
Yeah, so when the sun is here, it's warm and nice. When the clouds come in, it gets cold quite quickly. Indeed. I think it's just the
The sun and the
light on it, yeah. It's also high tide right now. It's just past high tide. It's already retracting, actually. Why do the tugboats have tires? If they have to push into another ship, then it's not scraping metal against metal, but then there's the rubber layer in between so they don't scrape the paint of their hulls. That's why it's surrounded by tires. But good question, for sure.
Yeah. Is there a picnic over there?
What? Yeah, of course.
There's so much wind.
Hang on. Maxa, ga je die meepakken voor mee naar huis?
We gaan hem in een glaasje steken.
Oké. Oh, ik zou hem niet in de vest steken, dat gaat hij niet overleven.
We gaan naar de auto, lieverd. Dag zeggen, papa.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
You want to say goodbye to me? You want to smooch? Goodbye. What? Oh, ook. All right. Can you repeat it?
Bye, Chad. Love you.
The wifer is going. Bye. All right, back to ship spotting. They're distracting me. Lovely tugboat moeten. Yeah, I think this one might be heading out to maybe pick up a ship. I'm not sure. It's also been a while. Usually we see tugboats guiding big bulkers in, but I haven't seen one in the past week, I think, do that. Maybe soon though. Oh, there's a big bulk tanker. Oh, let's get it. It's empty, by the way. So the cool thing about wind is literally turning the camera right now. There's so much wind. Camera, please stay stable. So the cool thing about these ships is that they're very wide. How wide is it? 44 meters. Usually the smaller, just regular tankers are a lot smaller in width. And this is a cool shot, right, with the big 400 meter ship. There we go, that's even better. Except for the shaky image because of the wind. Cool. Let's see. All right. 61 meters versus 44 meter in width, yeah. But for some reason, the crude oil tankers look very wide. I don't know why it is. Is it 2020 tankers that are old or new? I would say it's still newish. But especially for the bigger ships, you rarely see one that's older than 30. It's like 25, 30 years old, and then most of them are retired in that age range. And then if you go to the smaller ships, they do get older, especially like tugboats, and smaller ships can get very old. But I feel like the bigger they are, the quicker they retire for some reason. Not sure why that is. What's up, Brian? Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're well. I think I'm gonna have to look into a better tripod. This is way too wobbly for my liking. What's really cool about this thing is, you see how tall the freeboard is of the ship, right? The hull. At some point, a pilot had to climb up a ladder, up that gangway to enter the ship at the entrance of the river. Hey Walter, listening in the distance? Yes, indeed. Can you imagine having to climb up a ladder? The other one was a 400-meter ship, Brian. 23,664 containers on that thing, or fit on that thing. So that's about as big as it gets. Nonetheless, this is also a big oil tanker. And then in the background we got another MSC ship, which appears to be quite empty. No, trunk, please don't. Another MSC ship coming in. And after that we'll have to see how far the Trocadero has progressed, if we're gonna catch it or not. Hey Marimba. It's actually busy. If we zoom out now, hang on. There's a lot of ships right there. Oh, the wind is really bad if you're standing here. Let me stand over here, it's better. Spetses Lady. What a name for a ship, by the way. Also, a really cool bow design. Something I haven't seen before. That type of bulge at the front. I assume they retracted the ladder for the pilot already, so we won't see the ladder that they climbed up on. She's empty. Yep, she's absolutely, completely empty, which is interesting to me because it's a crude oil tanker. There's no crude oil in Antwerp to pick up, so I assume she's gonna maybe pick up refined oil, maybe fuel. I always assumed these could only carry crude oil. Maybe I'm wrong about that. How deep is she right now? Still 8.5 meters under the water line. Let's see. See if you can read it or not. I cannot read that. It's too far over. It's like 7. It's like 6, 7? Yeah, it's 6, 7 meters deep right now. Not 8. Oh, dude, the wind is picking up. It's chilly now. It has some scuff marks on her. Let's take a look up close. Also at the bow. Really cool. Look at that. That's some serious scratching on her. Oil condensate. Okay, that's probably why they're going to Antwerp. So you can see there, that's the max depth that she can be. The little marking there, the plimsoll line, that is the max depth. That circle and then that line right of it. So she's very empty right now, very high in the water. And then that is the gangway. Also very typical, I don't think this one has it. Usually these crude oil tankers have like a very narrow butt, a very narrow aft of the ship, but this one doesn't seem to have it. It stays wide at the back. Why? I think they'll just look impressive when they're empty, the tankers. They're just big clumps. Like you never see a container ship this high in the water, because their hull is also this massive, but you never get to visually see it when they're empty. With a tanker you get to like visually see how big this hull is. That's why I like them. What's up, Rob? How's vacation going? I saw you sit on your ass again last night doing nothing. What is that? Are you even working still? Thank you, Siggy. It's this lady. The scrubber structure there, and yeah, it's a big structure on the back for sure. You can also see the little hook attachments. Okay. See that little hole there? So if they ever need to do any rigging, like replace the rudder, replace the propellers, they'll use those hooks to rig chains to, and then they can work on the ship. It's a bit of a narrow butt. She definitely gets more narrow towards the aft. We'll have to see when she's a bit further away again how her butt looks. It's a big hook. I mean, that's a big propeller. If you would see the propeller, that's massive. You need a big hook to hook it onto. Your lazy ass, Rob. No, she's definitely narrower. We back? That was weird. Dude, it's time for that freaking live view. I feel like my Bella box is slowly starting to have little weird glitches. Because on my end, everything looked normal. So thank you for mentioning that, chat. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to talk to somebody from Live View. Get that deal. Is it a Solo Pro? Because I have an old one. I want the Solo Pro one. Because that one is a lot better. A little inland shippy coming in. It's basically the new version that I want for the Live View, not the old one. Because that one I have. Oh yeah, we have another container ship coming. I almost forgot. Let's check her out. There she is. She has also a cool windbreaker design on her. So, and we were talking about them washing their exhaust fumes. This one is scrubbing right now. That big, oh, camera please. That big plume you see coming out, that is an exhaust scrubber. You got the old one? Yeah, I also have an old one, but I need the new one. Also like the reflection of the sun in that windbreaker. That's cool. And she appears to be very empty. We'll see that in a minute. Again, sorry about the bumpiness, but there's like a massive wind here today. It's another thing I might have to look into, getting a better, more sturdy tripod. So this is the MSC Clea, 300 meters long, 48 meters wide. Came from Rotterdam. There goes my fresh air. It's fine. Oh, look, they turned it off just for you, Tucky Farm. You're gonna be lazy again? All right, dude, enjoy your vacation. Tucky Farm, they turned it off. They heard you complain. Built in 2016, so she is 10 years old this year. I wonder if they like retrofitted that windbreaker. It's interesting. It's the first time that I see the MSC emblem on the windbreaker and not on the actual hull part of the ship. Definitely looks different, this one. And then, yeah, looks to be quite empty. We also checked the radar for the other 400 meter ship. It looks gorgeous. Yeah, it does look nice in the sun. I agree with that. Oh God, wind, please stop. Stop it. Stop. Die down, wind. There's the Trocadero. Oh, dude, it's only there. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wait another 2 hours until it's here. It might be too late. Yeah, we were talking about the small aft or butt of a container, the crude oil tanker. See how narrow that butt is compared to the full width of the ship. You can clearly see it now. Pretty visible. It's crazy. Oh God, the wind is really nasty right now. So got the police. All right, let's do the Clea next. And then I might actually wrap things up for today. God, the wind is bad right now. It's really annoying. Hey, Anweeby. Anweeby, that's a good nickname. Welcome, welcome. So the windbreaker looks really good, but I think the yellowy tint it has is just rust spots. I don't think that's intended to be like yellowy. I think it's more intended to be like white, but it's just rusted out. I could be wrong though. But oh my god, the wind is really bad right now. It really sucks. Just trying to see any more stability. No. Look how empty that container ship is, by the way. That's crazy. There's barely anything above deck. Dry dock May last year. Okay. So I think it's definitely rust on that windbreaker. I'm sure they do like small scale wind tunnel tests. Just to learn. And yeah, apparently it's only a small saving, these windbreakers, in terms of like fuels. But yeah, even a small saving means thousands and thousands of dollars on these ships a day. So I guess that makes sense. I work at Istanbul and Barley Port. I am a gantry crane operator. Cool. And these tiger birds at the port every week. These pictures are 400 meters long. Exactly. Good to see you, Littori. Welcome. We just saw a 400 meter giant, actually. I think it's still, let me show you. It's still over there. There's a 400 meter one leaving us. All right. One final sellout moment for myself. If you're new to the stream and you like all the ship content, don't forget to drop a follow. If you're watching on Twitch or Kick, if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's all free, helps the channel grow, helps us do more stuff like this. And also on YouTube, you can smash the like button. That will help other people find the stream. There we go. Final sellout moment. Thank you all for following. She's very empty. Look how high she is in the water as well. You see her whole bulge sticking up there. Very noticeable. This will also be, I think, our, I don't see any much else yet. This will be our final ship for today. However, I do plan to stream tomorrow as well. So we should be back tomorrow with more ship spotting. I don't know when it's gonna be. I usually base my schedule a bit of when the most traffic is on the river, because there are times when there's a lot less interesting traffic. So could be in the morning, could be in the afternoon, could be in the evening. It would be nice to have another sunset stream somewhere next week. Well, it's a whale car. I thought it was a docking spot actually after dark. I'm not leaving yet, by the way. I just was talking about. So the plan next week is Monday stream, Tuesday stream, Wednesday stream, Thursday stream. Friday I won't be streaming next week, and then after that we'll have to see. She is rusty though. She looks cool, but she is. If you like zoom in and get closer to the action here, you can clearly see there's a lot of like, almost like rusty scuff marks on her. Also a very big bulb in the front. Look at that thing sticking out there. And yeah, as I just said, very empty. She turned on her exhaust scrubber again for you, Tucky Farm. So get some nice fresh air from her. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at the inside of the windbreaker. It's painted white, this one. I'm pretty sure this is also a retrofitted one though. I mean, to the toilet, no. Also, there's like something dragging on the side of the ship there, causing like, or are they pumping out ballast? Maybe. I think that might actually be the that's actually, I think that's the cycling of the ballast tanks that you see there. They're pumping out water and pumping other water in it. Yeah, that could be the ballast tank being cycled, that little waterfall there. And I can really see the inside of the wave design. So cool. I'd love to own a cargo ship. Do you have a few $100 million? This thing could be yours. How many people minimum does it take to run a ship this size? So usually ships these size will have 20 to 30 people of crew in total. Well, this one might be a little bit less, might be 15 to 25-ish. The 400-meter ships I know have 20 to 30 people. Oh, there you go. That was 15 to 20, yeah, so 16 crew only for this one. It's not a lot. Keep in mind that includes a chef that makes food. But I guess the only times you really need a lot of crew is for loading and filling it up. For my guy to process. And a few mechanics. A few officers. All right. On this beautiful shot, I'm about to wrap things up here for today. Let me press a button. You should have to press it here, otherwise it won't work. Boom. So, I'll be back tomorrow with more ship stuff. If you haven't followed yet, please do, or please consider it. Other than that, yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me. It was a very busy day by the river, actually. Saw a lot of ships. Other than that, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.